Fear is a very real thing and is a very big feeling. It makes us somewhat unsettled. Sometimes it makes our palms a little bit sweaty, our hearts race, keeps us up at night. Can be a simple fear of heights, or spiders, or snakes, or ghosts, or this fear that keeps us up when we watch the news. But in Advent, we are reminded that we are not the first ones to live with fear. In fact, our Hebrew Bible reading reminds us that each generation has times when folk call out to God from the depths of a literal or a metaphorical pit, where we call out to God for help. And our gospel reading reminds us that the story of Jesus' birth begins with during the rule of King Herod of Judea. What it doesn't quite spell out for us is that was a time filled with fear. Cruelty reigned, the leaders were often corrupt, and fear permeated society. And it's in the midst of this, whether our biblical story or now, when we feel the most alone, that we are assured that God responds. When we call from the depths of a pit, the angels bring a reminder, do not be afraid. Seems a little bit easier said than done. And it might take us reminder after reminder. But Advent is a good time to remember that together we can face our fears. In community, together, we can find comfort. We can find support. And we can remember that when we call out to God, when we pause in the midst of Advent or any time, we might just hear the divine nudging us. Do not be afraid. Because we are not alone. So as we embark on this Advent journey this season, awaiting the candlelight that comes with the birth of Jesus, we remind ourselves to not be afraid. Now, December is that time when in the Northern Hemisphere, our days are getting shorter. Now, we live in a southern part of the United States, so our friends all to the north see this even more so. But even we notice the sun sets earlier. It comes up later. And in times like this, as the night stretches on, that fear has a way of wanting to surround us. So I offer us this beautiful poem written by Jan Richardson, entitled A Blessing for Traveling in the Dark. Might guide us this Advent. Go slow, if you can. Slower, more slowly still. Friendly, dark, or fearsome, there is no place to break your neck by rushing, by running, by crashing into what you cannot see. Then again, it is true, different darks have different tasks, and if you have arrived here unawares, if you have come in peril or in pain, this might be no place you should dawdle. I do not know what these shadows ask of you, what they might hold that means you good or ill. It is not for me to reckon whether you should linger or you should leave. But this is what I can ask for you. that in their darkness there be a blessing, that in the shadows there be a welcome, that in the night you be encompassed by the love that knows your name. So this Advent, I invite us to consider facing what we fear, to welcome the shadows and darkness, and to remember what little mole reminds us, to keep watch for signs of hope, to be on the lookout, to point them out for others around you. Because in this season of Advent, indeed, new miracles break in as we prepare the way for Emmanuel. Let us embark on this Advent together. Amen.